get you back in. I went and got my hair and makeup done. That absolutely traumatized me. I sent that. I'm like, I can't have any other strangers in my home. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I called Groupon. I said, cancel it. Send everybody their money back. I called Living Social. I called Amazon Deals. She tried to go onto every listing, Yelp, Google, whatever, and just bash me. I think she got a Groupon. I don't remember. But she tried to bash me. But Groupon was like, we totally understand. I can't believe this happened to you. And that was it. I'm like, nope, no more. So that was kind of bad. But other people were finding me online, doing engagement shoots and doing other things. And I can't say that most of them aren't clients. Most of them are friends now. Like I'm their lifelong photographer. I'm invited to all the parties and barbecues and stuff. I get Christmas cards.
That's good.
I meet all their families. I'm invited on vacation.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Something good comes out of it.
Yeah. So I got a little more time to get away from the boudoir and start focusing on other stuff. But,
like?
Weddings. I did some real estate photography for a couple of my real estate friends. I really didn't get into landscaping. I met one of my girlfriends. It was by chance. She introduced me to one of her friends, and his girlfriend, Sherry, was a horse photographer, and she's amazing. Pasquino magazine, she runs it now. She saw the photos that I took and knew that I did weddings, and she calls me her human photographer. Everybody in the horse community that I know from her, they all laugh because that's how Rina, Rina, my human photographer. That's what she says. They all know that. Hanging out with them for a little bit, and she said, one of my clients that has a horse farm in Miami, their daughter's getting married, and I don't know, I don't really like this. And I know you know what you're doing. Do you want to come down there with me? And I'm like, okay. It was in Coconut Grove. It was on an island. It was, oh my gosh. Okay. It was beautiful. And she handed me everything and let me do the edits and stuff because she knew I knew what I was doing, and hotel was paid for, and I had all the lights set up, and she was my assistant, and I thought her equipment outdid mine all day. So it was very cool, and we became fast friends. So then she'd invite me to go to the horse farms with her to do all of the horse shoots and get to learn that stuff. And then the horse shows where they compete and then the magazine stuff. And then we do artistic stuff at the farms with the smoke and everything. And I got to know the Pasquino community and the horse community, and it was a lot of fun. It still is. I just went to the Georgia Nationals in September.
Nice.
I know, I finally got off work enough to go, and I hadn't seen anybody in like 2 years, but it was such a good time.
So you did photo shoots with bands. Did you go into any exotic locales?
We did stuff at the beach. I did maternity shoots. I did engagement shoots, and I would go all over the place. The boudoir was strictly, you have to do it inside. I've done a couple outside. Actually, there was the last boudoir shoot that I did outside was at Gandy, and it was right before that hurricane was coming. So there was nobody on the road on that day. And it was right before the hurricane was coming. So it looked really cool and super eerie too, but it was beautiful. And nobody saw her taking her clothes off because she got implied nudity and stuff, but there was nobody around. It was great. It was really good. The pictures were gorgeous. I've done, the only thing that I did do for myself during that whole time, there's an artist named Fabian Perez, and he does a lot of flamenco dancers, and he grew up in the bordellos of Brazil, I believe, and Spain, and his father ran, for lack of a better word, a whorehouse. So he was a child, and he would remember all of the flamenco dancers and the prostitutes and the drinkers and cigar smokers and everything, and he would paint this. And I saw his paintings, and I took my friends and posed them in that same way, and I posted it on Instagram, like the side by side of this is my favorite artist and this is what I did with my friends. And he acknowledged me, and I was so freaked out. I was like, what? That was like a major accomplishment. That was the only thing that I did for myself. And I never finished it. It's still an open-ended thing, and it was like 6 or 7 years ago. But after that, no, that was like, it was like 5 or 6 years ago.
When did you start? When did you actually start Alvarez Photography? Do you remember what year?
It was 2000 and I think it was 2012.
Oh, okay.
It came up in my Facebook memories because I went to Cheesecake Factory to celebrate. I got my business license. There's a picture of me going, "Yay!"
Was it so was it around this time of year that you started then?
It was it was like January or February.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. It was in March. It was in March. Yeah. Because it was right after my birthday. I got my business license. I got to hang it on the wall. I had to redo the room, and I brought a fake bed in there and hung curtains and all this stuff. It was a lot of work to get it. I had to go shopping for antique furniture, and it was a lot of money. It was a lot of money.
So, knowing what you know now, if you were to have opened a photography business today, what would you have done differently, or would you have done anything differently?
I missed a couple of the pieces of furniture. They were really, really nice. What I would have done differently, I would not. I mean, the online deal was the fastest way to get your name out there because I got referrals from their friends of the people that came and did photo shoots with me, and they all were wonderful people. I only had like 2 bad experiences. One lady just didn't like her pictures. And I don't know why, because she saw my style beforehand. And then that, of course, the woman at my house. But I wouldn't have ran the deal so many times. Like, because it was like the fast way to come on and like, because they paid you instantly. Like, I got a new camera, I got new lenses, I got new this, but it wasn't. You spent the money, and then you still have hundreds of deals to do after that. But then Living Social and Groupon saw how successful I was, and they flooded the market with photographers, and now it's just pretty much anybody with a camera, and it's not. I even remember my contact there, and she said, "You have sold more deals for any boudoir photography or any photography than anybody else has before or since then." And I'm like, wow. But I was getting weddings like crazy, and I was going after the knot.com, and because I already knew how to do weddings. It was it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work afterwards, but I've never encountered a bridezilla, not yet.
What is the key to doing great wedding photography?
I really don't have that answer. I was fortunate. I was trained. I mean, what to look for, and like the different kinds of ceremonies, or if it's religious, or if it's not, or you have to ask these questions with the clients when they're coming to pay their deposit, or you tell them how much the packages are, and you have to ask them, is there a special family member that I should look out for, drunk Uncle Bob, or, that kind of stuff. But I tell everybody that does come to me that if there's anything, even boudoir, even family stuff, even holiday shoots, including the weddings, if you see anything on Pinterest or you Google something that you really like, please send it to me. I love suggestions. I'm not going to do exactly that because you've seen my style, but I will make it your own, and I will try my best to get things done the way you like it. And I love suggestions. It's something I may not have seen before. I'm always looking for inspiration. So sometimes they'll find things faster than I can, and I don't understand what they're talking about because they're not as descriptive as I am. The other thing is, I know a lot of photographers do not like to do weddings because of the pressure. If you miss that shot or you miss that moment, it's gone. Yep. You have one chance, and that's it.
I was a wedding videographer, so I know.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. Videographers and photographers
got one shot.
Button heads the whole time, or they're best friends.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. But I haven't. I'm gonna knock on wood. I hope that this doesn't happen. But I have never missed a shot. I've never had a bridezilla. I explained to them up front, when it comes time for your ceremony, I mean, I've had people get up in the aisle and bring their phones out. Nobody puts their phone away. I try to tell the wedding coordinator, can you please tell these people to do this? And then when it comes time for formal photos, we have a timeline to keep. Yes. So if we get behind on that timeline, they're paying me to take the photos. This is what they're going to frame and put on the wall. This is what they're going to put on their Facebook. Yes, the videography fee is great. They'll post it online. They'll have the disc or, whatever, but it's not, like, they can't eat the cake. They can't put their dress back on. We're going to remember all the music that was played. They're not going to keep playing a CD of, the soundtrack of their wedding or something. The photos are what stays forever, what they see all the time, what they print out, what they hang on their walls. And also, it's besides the videographers, because that's really hard. I've been trying to do it video editing is not easy.
No.
The videographers and photographers for weddings are the only vendors that after the wedding is over, we have the big work to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the day of. The day of is pressure, and it's quick, and it's this, and you have to be on your toes.
Yep.
If they don't have a coordinator, you end up being the coordinator. And that is even worse. But it's just so much pressure. But you have to, I tell them, I warn them, like, I'm get bossy. You paid me to capture your special day, so I'm going to capture your special day. So your auntie and your uncle and grandma is going to have to get out of the way, and I will absolutely guide everybody into that way of thinking, because we need to get this done. You only have the venue until this time, and that's that.
That's it.
So I gained that by teaching little kids hip hop and jazz for a little while. If I can command a room of 36-year-olds, I can command anybody.
Yes.
I can be
For
bossy.
sure.
I have to be.
Actually, I always wondered, how do you come up with wedding photo packages? How do you know, like, oh, can I have like 3 or 4 packages?
It's usually by hour, and some people just want the ceremony. Some people want you to be for the ceremony and then formal pictures after, and then fun pictures. And then some people want, you to be there for a full 8 hours. Some people want you there for 10 hours. They want you there before, I try to get there before and just get a little bit of them getting ready anyways. Some people want engagement photos with it. Some people, some people want to do trash address. Some people want to do reception or rehearsal dinner photos also. I offer packages for all of that, but it's usually by hour. And some of the clients don't understand that. They're like, why do you charge so much? And I'm like, it's not just the day of and the hours that I'm there. It's the work afterwards, the equipment that I have to buy and maintain, and the editing time afterwards is so long. Like, and I don't do prints. I thought it was going to be my career at first, but it was so wishy-washy after I ended those deals that I'm like, I can't. But
so what do you give them, a flash drive or disc?
I will give them a disc. I had a link that I would give them. I say you have to download all this into your computer, but that was even like $300 a month or $300 a year for that program. So I was like, let me cut this out, and I'll just make them a disc now or give them a US, like a flash drive or something. But I don't hand them anything that isn't like edited. I'll do simple hand edits. The reception photos of everybody dancing are hysterical every time. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, you get some like these weird expressions.
But the prices are also based on the amount of hours afterwards.
Hours makes
and
sense.
It takes weeks. But I don't do prints. I will even sign over the copyrights. I find it as a privilege to be included in your love story. I'm recording your love story, and you don't have to pick up your phone and take selfies and all that stuff. I am documenting your love affair and your celebration of love that day. So what you do with your photos is your business. Take the copyrights, go print them out. Here, I'll suggest some places to you. I don't want anything to do with that afterwards. I've done enough. And then people will send me, I got it printed, or I put it on a canvas, and I'll send a picture of it on their wall and everything, or that made a book. I'm like, cool. And it was freaky at first to see my photos being sent to me, like printed out and like in physical form in front of people. So that was strange, but because I was so used to digital everything. Right. But that's what, it's not just, it took me, I had to raise my prices again because I was underselling myself when I was getting back into it recently again, like heavy. And
how do you come up with the price?
You can see other people's, but you can go off the website and they say ask for prices. I'll just send them the basic pricing guide of per hour. And I'm also like, I'm factoring in all the hours that I'm going to have to take to edit. And I even tell them it's approximately this many photos for this many hours, approximately, because I'll go through and take out everything blurry or everything that didn't, like the flash didn't go off at the right time, or, that kind of stuff. And there's never a picture where the bride's making an ugly face, ever, ever, ever.
No.
Okay? She's always pleasant. She's always, there's they never doing anything weird. Never. The groom, sometimes. But I knew what other people had charged, and I also know what they were charging and then including prints with it. And I didn't agree with that at all. And since I'm handing over the copyrights anyways, I know I could sell the copyrights. I find that that's what's wrong with the photography industry. But they're making a career out of it. That's how they make their money, I had to stop thinking that it was going to be my career and I got burnt out after.